We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Happy Sunday. Welcome
Yes,
to
happy
our
Sunday.
podcast, our live podcast. We are live YouTube and we are live Facebook. Thank you guys for joining in. We appreciate you guys. I am Ebony Nicole and she is.
Elisa Matissa.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
girl.
guys. What's going on, co-host?
Nothing much. Everything is good. Just want to give my mom a shout out. Her birthday is tomorrow. We're not going to be on
Okay.
tomorrow, so I got to give it to her today. So shout out to my
Happy
mommy.
birthday, Ma. Good
Yes,
stuff.
she'll hear it. I don't know if
Happy
she's
one
signed
more
in
year
yet.
around the sun.
Yes, looking
Good stuff.
beautiful and young still, like I
Yes, y'all look
am.
like sisters.
We do, don't I? Because I look so much younger.
Whatever.
But my mom looks young too. It's the genetics.
Yeah, she looks beautiful though. For real. I always say y'all look like sisters.
We do. She would love to
What
hear
do you
that.
got? You guys are doing anything tomorrow for her birthday?
Well, I wanted to go out, but it's COVID still. My mother's older, so I wouldn't want to have her out. And then something happened. She got a cold, and I'm already feeling like, oh my God, I should have never went out. So I don't want to convince her. I know I could have convinced her to go out for her birthday, but I'm not going to. But my mother's with it. She's with whatever I want to do. But she's definitely coming to spend the weekend. I think it's the weekend after next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be good.
Yes.
Hey,
So
Jessica.
how was your weekend?
My weekend was, what did I do? Oh, it was, you remember we were supposed to go out, but that didn't happen. So it was canceled. And
Yeah.
I just stayed in the house. I straightened up. I finished some of my projects that I had outstanding. Like it was very productive this weekend.
Good stuff. And might I say you look
good.
beautiful. I'm
Oh,
loving the hats with the braids. You
Thank you,
looking
girl.
beautiful per
Thank
usual.
you. I can
I'm
only
just
tell
trying to
like
open
this.
up my chat room so I can see my chat babies.
But you see it on you don't see it in the comments. Like you
Yeah,
click.
I see a little bit, but I like to put my Facebook Live on.
Me too. Mine is like, oh my God. I didn't think I was gonna be able to come on today because the cable people was. Oh, okay.
Really?
I hear it now.
Yeah,
they
turn
was
it down.
okay. Okay, girl. So let's jump right into
Yes,
the topic.
we need to jump into it. I can't even explain how I feel right now. My heart is filled. As everybody know by now, the new president, they say don't really count him in yet until January. I be getting scared when they say that. But like, huh? What happened?
What do you mean?
Meaning, in January, that's when like anything can happen, I guess, between then or whatever until January. Well, he is the president. I'm gonna just put it out there.
Well, they don't get officially sworn in until January, but
until January, right?
Yeah, but I mean, just like with all the other presidents before him, they get elected November, on election day. It just doesn't go into effect.
Right.
So,
but you heard the talk about Trump, he's gonna, he really saying that this has been rigged. Like this is rigged, the counts, he's thinking they doing him dirty. So he's like, he's gonna have the last say. That's
he
saying.
does like he's full of like hypocrisy to me. Like he said, like, for instance, he filled the Supreme Court, like stacked it up in his favor just in case it has to go to court. So what he did was he put judges through at the last minute before he got elected. So in case it does go to court, Amy Barrett will be able to decide on it. And of course, she's going to decide in his favor and make him president if this were to go to Supreme Court.
Right.
But he may not go to Supreme Court. It takes so much to get to the Supreme Court level. So he's not even going to get to this. They've already been throwing out all of his cases from the get-go because this is not like Iran and stuff like that. We live in a democracy where people vote. We have to accept the vote like we have for every election. We accept the vote.
Like, and it shows you this actually shows you that this was the most votes ever for Joe Biden. That people were out voting. Like really, people that never voted before, like was out voting. So my hats go off to everybody that was out voting, doing these marches, these rallies. It took like all of them, like everybody played a part in really getting Joe Biden into office. So that's dope that everybody did what they were supposed to do. So we want to take callers in a little bit. We want to take callers. We got our call line popping. This is our first time, guys, that we're going to have callers call in. So bear with us. And we just want to hear from you guys in the chat room and Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We want to hear from you. What do you guys think about our new president-elect, Joe Biden? And we got to talk about the first woman vice president, at that, Black woman, Kamala Harris. So if you guys have questions, let us know how you guys feel about this new president. Do you think he's going to keep his word, all of these promises? We want to hear from you guys. So if you want to call in and chit chat with us, the number is going to be listed on our live, and you can call in.
Yes. And also, Jessica, I want to say, I want to ask Jessica a question. Yeah. Like, I know she's pro-Trump, but I want to make sure she's letting her little girls know that a biracial woman is up as a vice president, and they too can become vice president or president. There's a lot, even if you don't like Biden or nothing, there's a lot to be learned as a woman.
Absolutely.
And as a Black woman, as a minority. And like, she broke through ceilings. Like, at the end of the day, and that would show me, I don't care whose side I'm on.
Exactly.
If you are a woman and you are able to see this in this lifetime, is a big deal. Is a big deal.
Big deal.
And as a woman and as a Black woman.
Yes.
And
a
biracial woman.
How many people have been waiting, like, for change and, just different faces and colors. So I'm just saying, for any little Black girl, adults, brown girls out there that did not think that it was possible, this is proof that it is possible. My heart was filled. I was in the bed tearing, like, this is a big deal. And so, facts, you're 100% right.
Yes, teachable moment.
They way up there.
Yeah, she said, "But they not sleep. They way up there." Just making sure that we all know that this is a teachable moment for women and for little girls.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. So I don't know. How did it make you feel because yesterday it was declared Biden is our president? Like, how did it make you feel as Biden and as a woman with Kamala Harris?
First, I was so nervous going back and forth, checking my phone, just checking to see if they finally made that decision. And again, to be honest with you, my heart was a little like, how no, it could be close. It was just the nerves of, if we have to go through 4 more years with this man in office. So when I woke up and I seen that, Joe Biden won, I was just like, it was kind of like a relief. Like, I can breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, change. So many emotions. But first really tearing, because so many people died. So many people lost their lives in this pandemic, recession. So many people lost their jobs because partly of him. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a relief that they're going to be changed. And I'm just optimistic that we are going to see change. And I'm just going to hold Biden, because I wasn't a big fan of Biden either. But I did want different. I couldn't do Trump 4 more years. And so I really hope that Biden stands on his word, that he can, that he stays and just commit to what he says that he's going to do for his people, for us. You know what I'm saying? How did you feel when you got the news?
I felt like how I felt when Obama took office. Like, I felt so proud that I felt proud because Kamala Harris, as being a woman, I know they have a checkered past, but at the end of the day, we got to vote as a block. We all came out there. This was the biggest voting turnout in history. In a pandemic. That says a lot, that people are tired and they want change. And I'm one of those people. Like, at the end of the day, like, people like compare, like, oh my God, the taxes first of all, taxes are going up for 400, people that are making 400,000 and better. Right. Like, when Obama was in office, guns were not taken off the street. My property taxes did not go. In fact, when Obama was in office, I not only bought one house, I bought 2 houses.
2 houses
when Obama was in office. Not 1, 2 houses. While Obama was in office.
Yeah.
So it did not affect nothing about my living condition and my quality of life. If anything, it made it better. And I just think I'm looking for change. Like, I don't want the unrest, the protesting, police getting killed, Trump empowering the KKK and racial, like, unrest. Like, I don't want to be a part of that anymore. Like, and I don't want him making people feel empowered about it, where they approaching me on the street. Like, one guy let me cross the street, and he like in a parking lot, in the mall parking lot, and when cars are coming and going and coming and going.
Okay, yeah.
And there was one with a truck, and he had an American flag in the hood of the truck, and then he was like, "Go." And I'm like, am I being set up to be ran over? Like, I didn't even want to cross paths, but I'm like, if I go, he might try to still run me over because, it's an open parking lot. So I'm just saying, I never felt like that when Obama was president. I didn't feel like that when Bush was president. Like, and I feel like he is empowering, like, the racism, and he's pandering to racism, religion, like Christianity. He is pandering hard to these people because he know, like, they drinking the Kool-Aid quick and fast and furious.
Quick. I just want to say, like, I don't think, I know everybody is celebrating. We're happy, a little relief, but this is not the end. This is just the beginning and of the progress in holding the people in office accountable. Like, y'all gotta be accountable. And I think then when Trump was in office, it's kind of like we were holding them accountable, but they weren't listening. I think now that Biden and Harris is in office, we have ears. They're listening to us. You know what I'm saying? And how we feel and what change needs to be done. So I just let's work to make America great again. And we all play a part in that. So
I think so too. I just feel like I want us to, I just don't understand a lot of, and maybe Jessica can give me her feedback on it. I don't understand, because she's the only one that's pro-Trump, I think, in here, unless there's some people. I want to hear from the people that didn't even vote, who just said, you know what, F it. I don't even want to vote because both choices are bad. And I want to hear from the people who did vote for Trump, because I don't know a lot of people, not in my circle, being a Black minority and a woman, people that he is totally against. And so what was my question going to be? Like, I just don't know, like, I just feel like if you're a Christian or if you are religious, right? Like me, I'm spiritual and I don't go to church every Sunday, but I have a conscience. I have values. I have morals.
Right.
Like, and I've never seen Trump go to church. I don't hear him. He only does certain things. I don't even think he might not even be that racist. But you know what? He's going to pander to the crowd that is racist, because there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of Christians. I think
you play a big part in it if you still do that. You don't got to be racist, but even if you're engaging with people that is racist, I think you play a big part in that as well. Like, you just as bad. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear from the people who actually voted, who did not vote, and say, listen, I'm not for Trump. I'm not for Biden. I'm not even going to vote. Can we put the number up so we can get some callers in?
Yeah. And I also the question I was going to ask too is, like, with Biden and Kamala Harris, like, they both have checkered past. Like, we know that. And they have a history. But if you are a person of values, morals, do we not forgive? Like, that was, he did what he did 30 years ago. He's been in office 40 years. He put Kamala Harris alongside. He chose her as his running mate. Right. Do we keep holding him to his past that was in the 90s? Or do we have some kind of morals and values and be forgiving and say, you know what? He's taken so many steps to ask for forgiveness, to say, you know what? I know I was wrong. But give me a chance to make it right. Should we not give him a chance to make it right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. And that's the question
I just feel like, for me, I feel like actions speak better than words. I always say that. You can tell me all day, all week, month, year that you're going to change and you're going to make, these changes for our country, but I want to see it. I want to see some stuff happen. So guys, if you have questions or if you want to just tell us what's on your mind, call in. The number is listed here. Again, this is our first time with the call-in system, so be patient with us. But we want to hear from you guys. So if you are a brave soul, call in. Let us know. Did you guys vote? Or you was like, nah, I'm not for none of them. Tell us how you feel. Check in.
Jessica said, let me just, because she supports Trump wholeheartedly, and she said we could forgive but never could trust them. That's not with me. I give a person hope. I'm the type, and you know me, Ebony, as a person, I have forgiven many things. We've talked about like things that, me and you get into it, but we never hold grudges. We don't resent each other for it. You know what I'm saying? And like when we had our last discussion, what we say to each other, we're gonna know for next time on how to do things in a better way. Yeah, how to handle things better. But am I gonna say, or are you gonna say to me, you know what? No, F that. Our friendship is over. No.
Right. Nah.
No. We're gonna give each other a chance to, like, you know what I'm saying? If I did something to you, if you did something to me, let's give each other a chance. Right. And I'm gonna be hopeful.
A chance to show you that I can change, or, I can respect you in that manner, that, you know what I'm saying? I believe in second chances, because I would want a second chance, period. And now 3, 4, and 5, then that's different.
And especially, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But maybe, but let's just say with Biden, he came out with the crime bill, which also involved like crack, and it was like the drug epidemic then. But that was 30 years plus ago. Right. Almost 30 years, like 26, 27 years ago.
Right.
Times are different now. Like, he's been vice president, like, since. He hasn't contributed to racism or whatever since then, has he? Or enlighten me. So crime is lower now. It's not as high as it was. There isn't a crack epidemic. Okay, we got our first caller in the building. Okay. Hello, welcome to Opinions.
Hi, ladies.
Hey, I know that voice.
I'll be the big brave one too.
I know. Bermudez. She is very pro-Trump. I've been knowing her. She's Caucasian.
2020.
She's Caucasian.
No, but that doesn't. But my daughters,
I know, but we gotta, but we want to let people know.
Black. My man is black. I'm not racist, and I truly do not believe that Trump is a racist. I don't feel it. I'm like, when I say that I'm obsessed with like watching this stuff, what's going on. I watch a lot of videos on him that's unedited, because this fake news media, I don't believe that stuff no more, and I can see the lies. I take a lot of time and I watch what's going on, and I don't trust Biden. I don't trust them.
But can I ask you a question? Why don't you trust Biden?
What has he done? What has he done wrong? Isn't the unemployment the lowest it has ever been with any president for African Americans? Isn't that it's the lowest it's ever been? I don't understand what he's done that's so bad. Maybe you ladies could explain to me something that I'm not seeing, but what I'm seeing, I feel that this, what says a lot to me is, say it was the other way around and Trump won yesterday. Our cities will be burned down. There will be looting everywhere, violence everywhere, and it's not none of that.
I don't think so.
You don't think that it would have been burned down last night instead of parties?
Absolutely no. I don't think so. I think it might have been some.
Definitely.
I don't think so. I think if people felt that it was rigged and we was wrong, I think maybe so. But I don't think there would have been rioting. Like, because we live in a democracy. Like, if the votes count, they count. Like, I don't think we would throw tantrums unless it's something. I think the times that we tried to make a scene or tried to get our voices heard when it was injustices.
I believe that the city would have been burning down.
I agree with Jessica. I think for sure they would have been some rioting if Trump won. Not saying it was right, but I think so.
Who's that doing that?
You heard Ebony that she said that she agrees with you. She thinks that she said that there would have been some looting and rioting. She thinks that if people,
I believe so. Just because, people are so tired of his lies and, him saying, it's so many people died from this pandemic and recession and people lost jobs because of Trump. Like that was all Trump. And I think it would have been riots because people were like, no, we're not doing this 4 more years. And I just think it would have been that because of anger and, just all of that wrapped up in one. So I believe, it would have probably been some rioting. Yeah.
I just think as far as there's a lot of protesting going on. Do you not believe that people died of coronavirus? Do you think that he handled that okay? Or do you think it was a conspiracy?
I know that, people have died from the coronavirus. My father-in-law, he got really sick from the coronavirus. I know that the coronavirus is real, but I don't think that it should be like what they're making it now. Because you can get the flu and get as sick if you have underlying conditions. That's what my dad died from, with the flu and diabetes and the flu shot. I think that it's too much. And what I think is such hypocrisy is that, for Trump rallies, he had these large crowds out there, and that is such a big problem. But it's not a problem last night with thousands of people in the street partying. Now, that's okay.
No, but that's different when you're a president. You're held to a different standard. He's the president. He's being told that people are dying. It's just the same thing with the Black Lives Matter.
What can he really do about that? What can he do about it? He had no control over coronavirus coming into our country. I don't understand how he had control about it, because from what I did hear was that they was calling him racist because he wanted to close the country early when he found out. And then Biden turns around and was like, oh, you closed it too late. Meanwhile, they was calling him, I forgot the word that they called him. Do you know what I'm talking about? But it had to do with racist because he was closing down the country. But he didn't do it soon enough.
But he wasn't closing down the country. He
wanted to wait to close down.
He did close down the country.
In March.
After so many people passed away, it just was. Listen.
After it became a pandemic, to me, I just think he had opportunities as a president. You shouldn't be holding rallies and with thousands of people in the middle of a pandemic. You are the president. You being told that there is a pandemic, people are dying. Almost 3,000 people died already, and
you can't believe the news either. You cannot believe everything that the media is telling you.
They don't even.
This is how I look at it. They are brainwashing people, and I don't fall victim to that. I don't believe them. Everybody knows, especially CNN. These people are liars.
And you think Fox News is not?
I was watching videos of nurses in the hospitals crying about what's really going on in the hospital.
Well, besides Corona,
ventilators on these people when they don't need ventilators. They were getting ready to throw a ventilator on my father-in-law. Thank God he was coherent to say, no, I don't want that. They're throwing ventilators because if they put down that they die from COVID, they get way more money. And then if you put a ventilator, that's an extra $20,000 for a ventilator. This is all bullshit.
I do think there's. Yeah, I do think that there are some selfish, greedy people behind the scenes as well. In any predicament that, no matter what, I do think so. But besides coronavirus, I just don't agree with a lot of the other things as far as racism, as far as, the injustices that have been done, and him telling people, him putting guns out on the street, him not having restrictions for guns, making it easier for you to get shot up, for your family to get shot up. The NRA is pumping money into his campaign. The KKK is pumping money into his campaign.
And when you did mention about church and him, he always speaks about God. He always does.
He also speaks about helping Black people too.
But do he? That's the thing.
What you said?
Trump is a habitual liar. Like, he'll do anything for to make the people think that he's for them.
He panders to people. Like, you don't get that he panders to people, including religion. He sat there and held up a Bible while he was beating people on his way to holding up the Bible. He was that thing and beating people. Like, do you not? You can't. To me, I'm not gonna have tunnel vision and say, okay, he's holding up a Bible, but you know what? He done murdered people on his way to holding up the Bible, or he beat people. Like, to me, I'm not gonna look at like, okay, he's holding up a Bible and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what you do, how you live.
But the things that there's, you know, I didn't even like Trump before. I was not for Trump and stuff, but like after this coronavirus started popping off and stuff, that's what made me like start looking into things and what's going on and stuff. There's just things that I don't like and agree with that Biden and Kamala stand for. And one of them is I'm so against that they support being able to get an abortion minutes before delivering. Like, I will never support that. I don't care. I won't support stuff like that. I don't support the LGBT, supporting transgenders being able to go in the bathroom with my daughters, you know, because now we can have a sick pervert acting like a woman in the bathroom because Biden's pushing for stuff like that. So it's like things that I'm like, no, I'm not going to support stuff like that. Like, I don't like it. You know?
We can.
I look at things.
We can agree to disagree.
I don't agree with a lot of things.
Yeah, and the same thing. I mean, it's the flip side too with us too. Like, we can agree to disagree. Like, there's a lot of things about Trump that a lot of us don't agree with. Also, but we don't want him in office, and we got him up out of here. That's the key. We got him. Girl, please, he's out of here.
You know what? They did the same thing to Gore and Bush, so you know, I'm just staying quiet and I'm gonna watch.
Okay, we'll watch.
I still gotta live my life, and you know, the only thing. How do you guys feel about the wall, the border? What do you think about
the wall, the Mexican,
Do you think that it's not only for Mexicans, it's for illegal immigrants that are sex trafficking kids across the border, you know? There's a lot of stuff, the drugs coming through the border and stuff. I support the wall because that's like you not letting somebody on your property. They should not be allowed just to be coming on your property to your house.
I do think regulations should be put in place. I don't know about a wall and separating.
I don't know about the wall though.
I don't know about the wall and separating children and putting them in cages. No, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that at all.
Who started those cages? Obama did. Obama and Biden started those cages. You could look.
I know, but the thing, but the thing is, they put cages there, just like how they put jails here for people that do illegal activity.
But the kids is not in the cages.
Yes, they are.
You know, did you see Candace? You know Candace Owens?
Yeah.
Okay, so she went down to one of these so-called cages. And it was not a cage where these kids were staying. It was really actually nice.
Well, I don't know if I would believe like if Trump goes to a cage and says, "Oh, look at these cages, they're so beautiful and nice." I would need an objective opinion of that, not Trump or his cronies going there. No, thank you. Obama had a zero policy. I mean, not Obama. Trump has a zero policy for immigrants coming over. I get that part, but when you have zero policy where you separating kids and putting the kids in cages and arresting the parents and separating them and putting them in cages, Obama put those, huh?
I don't believe that that's what the case. What the case is, and what he said is, it's not like he said is the like the coyotes or whatever else he said, bringing them over. And what he was talking about is when they go over to these men that the easy way to get through the border is if you have a child or a woman. They're taking these kids. They're kidnapping. You don't really know if they're being separated from their parents. These people are sex trafficking these kids, and they're getting them. That's how they're trying to get through, is by taking a kid with them.
Well, I don't know how.
Be believing that you gotta always do two-sided. I listen to Biden,
but me too. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I do my same research, and I know what Obama has, what he's done, and as far as the policy is when getting them and locking up immigrants who do cross the borders and trying to still keep the families together. And I know what Trump's zero policy is for immigrants. He doesn't care about kids. Do you think that if he sees a mother and daughter crossing over the border, do you think he's going to keep them together? I'm not even talking about raping, kidnapping. Do you think that Trump would keep that mother and daughter together if he found out that they crossed the border illegally?
I don't know.
He's not. He's separating them. That's his policy, though. His policy is zero policy. He is going to separate that mother and child from each other. He's going to throw her in jail and have the kid in jail also. He's separating them. I did my research too.
And I don't agree with stuff like that. I don't agree with stuff like that. But I also think that you should know. You know, and you're taking a chance going over that border with the child. That's like me taking a chance with my kid.
I know you're taking a chance, but the kid, but they don't lock up the kid.
They come over legally.
But they don't. But what I'm saying is that the child doesn't get locked up if you get caught in the crime. If you right now, if you are driving drunk or whatever the case may be, they locking you up. They're not gonna lock you and your child up. They're gonna figure out where to put that child with a family member, whoever.
But thank you for sharing, Jessica.
Yes.
Thank you for your calling.
Obama started the cages, and Biden, is that okay?
Well, it's different reasons.
With the cages now, do you think that was okay that he started the cage business?
Well, just like there's jails.
With the cages, that's disgusting. If that's what they really doing back there or whatever, I don't agree with stuff like that.
Okay, well, we thank you for your call, and we can agree to disagree. So,
yes, girl. I still love you.
I still love you too. We'll further discuss this later and see where you really stand. Hopefully I don't see you with no white hoods on and whatnot.
Girl, I'm going to get my Trump Make America Great Again hat.
Okay, on that note, we'll talk later.
Bye. So your mom just wrote, she dropped many friends that are Trump supporters and will never allow them in her life again. Character means everything to me. This is a great, great topic. What about your friends that support Trump? Do you still engage? Do you still remain? Again, like your mom said, character means everything. That's so hard though, I know, because like Jessica's your friend, and I'm sure I have friends. They ain't never tell me that they was Trump supporters, but like, what do you do in that situation? You have a friend that supports Trump, something that you are against. You know what I'm saying? How do you handle that? How do you move with your friend?
Well, like I was saying to Jessica as we ended the call, Jessica and I, this is a sudden change for her. Like, I have not heard her talking about Trump politics before this. We have never had that discussion. So this is all new for me. I've been knowing Jessica since I was like 9-10 years old. So like I said, this is all new to me. So like I was telling her when I hung up, like this is something to further to discuss. Like, I don't know if she's really, does she have underlying racism in her? I don't know. Like, I really, like, even though I've known her for so long, Trump is empowering people to bring that racism
to cross over.
Yeah, and he's emboldening them. Like, he's letting them know, like, it's okay to let your hood out and come out with your white coats and hoodies.
Right.
Like, he's letting them know. So I don't know. Me and Jessica will further discuss this. I don't know. Does she got a white coat up in the closet in a hood? I don't know.
This is the last. This is going to be the last of Trump. For me, don't tell me you a Trump supporter, because we can't be friends. That's just me, because you're going against my morals though. Like, You are supporting somebody that's racist, that allowed so many people that I know die from this pandemic. I mean, fluid things that I cannot be around you if you are a supporter of Trump. We can't be in the same space.
But does it matter if, like, Jessica is so hardcore on, and I already knew that before even speaking to her about why she backs Trump. I know she's like heavy into Christianity, and I know she's so against abortions. And to me, I think that's I can't speak for her, but I think that's her number one reason and her only reason to me. I think that was the first reason. I think she found other reasons to back that up, to back it up with other things that he could have done on a positive note. But I think the number one reason is his anti-abortion. And I think he's pandering to Christians. I think that like he's pandering to racists, like he's pandering to gun enthusiasts, like he's pandering to these people because these are block voters. These are voters that are coming out in blocks for him. And all they care about is not having all they care about is pro-life. Some people only care about that. Some people only care about white supremacy. So all of these people are going to come out. He don't care about blacks because he feels we don't have money. And a lot of times, we disenfranchised. Like, what good are we going to do for him? That's how he felt. Now, we might get things done for us now because now we came out in blocks. We let them know what time it is.
Exactly. Facts. Anybody else? We want another caller. We need you to call in. If you want to chime in on our new elected president, and just talk about our new vice president, a Black first time in history woman vice president, call in and give us your thoughts. Let us know. Did you guys vote or not? Call in and let's talk. The number is listed. So let me turn this off. The number is listed. The 347 number, call in.
And in the meantime, what do you think about Biden and Kamala Harris's past? Does that make a difference? Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel like you can trust them?
For me, like we were talking about earlier, and we can talk about it now, I believe in giving people second chances, right? Back in the days, I always say this, I'm not a big fan of Biden as well. But I believe if you say something, I'm gonna give you room to show me, you do it. And I believe in second chances, absolutely. And I just believe, I don't know, I just feel like they are for us. We're gonna see change. Is it gonna be tomorrow, next month, next year? It's going to be work and it's gonna be a progress. But I believe in second chances.
I feel the same. How do you feel? That's what I was saying before. Before we were taking calls, like I just feel like we gotta give chance a try. Absolutely. Change a try.
Change.
So I want to see that change. Like I don't want to be out in the streets where it's okay for cops to unjustly kill me because I'm driving with my headlight out. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm getting shot in the back, and then you saying that these are good people, or you calling the KKK good people, who might have like who are out there hanging people. Like I want change, and I want, if somebody's asking for my forgiveness, like Biden is, I'm willing. I've done it. Like I'm willing to see, like, I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna see if he's making all of these promises. All we can do is see.
And anything is better than Trump. 4 years we've been suffering, like looking behind our backs and, worrying about our brown boys getting killed by police and women. Like anything besides Trump, I'm going to give a chance.
And the one thing
I don't know. I just trust what he says, and hopefully he don't fail us, And I think as for Harris with him, like a side along him, it's just, I don't know. I feel.
And I think that was his way of saying, forgive me. I think that was one of his, like when I was talking to Leanne and she asked me a question. I love talking to you and my friends about and having these conversations without it being like combative or whatever. So like Leanne had asked me, she's like, why do you even, she feels like there's so many people who are just backing Kamala up just because she's a woman and because she's Black. And she's like, what else are you rejoicing? When she said that on one of my posts. And to me, I am rejoicing that she's Black. To me, it's like, so many of us in this lifetime and even before us, hundreds of years, we've never seen not only a Black woman, but we've never seen a woman in position of power like this. This is the
like
first
one of us. Yeah.
So I'm not only rejoicing for that, but I'm rejoicing that, like, I always bring up the Jewish community. Like, I just feel like they have so much pull, and they have pull because they are voter block. You know what I'm saying? They come out in blocks. Not only that, they pumping money into these campaigns. Their money is making things move. Absolutely. And I just feel like we got past that first hump of voting as a block. Yeah. We got past that. So now it's about, and Trump knows that, and he said in his speech, he owes it to Black people. We always there for him. He let it be known that Black voter that came out for him, and it's us that came out. And he's acknowledged that. So now it's we have to hold him accountable. So let's hold him accountable. Let's see if there's some kind of reparations. Let's see. Yeah. He's promising us that. And I want to see, because we came out for him. So now it's time to pay us back.
Now it's time for you to show and prove everything you saying to us. We came out there, we voted, we pushed friends, we did this. Let's see. And all we can do is wait and see. And I'm just hopeful. I want to play a little clip of Van Jones, his message. He was on, I think, CNN. I just want to show a little clip of that. It was heart touching. I cried. I'm a baby. And everything he said, I felt. And so let me just play a little bit of that for our viewer.
You going to share the screen, or are you going to play it on the
I'm going to share the screen.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. It's coming. I can hear you now. What are you doing?
You know in my head. I'm like
let's go. It's coming.
Okay.
Here we go. Any day now. All right. Here we go, guys.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning.
Oh, but we don't see it.
It's easier.
We can't hear it.
Can you hear it?
No, it's very, very low. And I don't see it on the screen either.
Really?
It's showing your inbox. And can you put the mic next to it so we can at least hear it? I don't hear anything. It's very muffled.
No. It's probably low how I downloaded. Sorry, guys, but I'm sure a majority of you guys, if you have social media, Van Jones put something up, and he was just telling the viewers how he was relieved. Now he can wake up and tell his kids that, there is going to be change, and he won't be, so nervous and scared as his young boys and girls grow up in the world. So it was heart touching. Dang, I don't know. It played earlier, but it was very low.
I get what he was saying, and that's what I was saying with Jessica, because I don't have little girls, and she has little girls, and I've been knowing her for so long. But that's what I was saying. Like, the way he felt, I felt like a lot of people with girls should feel. And I just think minorities also, not just Blacks, but I just think minorities should also feel like we can make change. We can make waves. Right. And this is part of that wave. And we're going to see what happens at the end of it. Like I was telling Leanne, it's like, she was saying, like, why chair? We haven't seen anything yet, or they haven't proven anything. She's all about track records. And to me, like I said, this was just one obstacle that we overcame. So it's going to continue from here. But I'm the type, even in life, is I'm going to cheer along the way. Like little obstacles, I'm going to be that cheerleader, like, oh yes, even though you're not finished. I'm gonna hope to change.
Exactly.
And that goes back to what I was saying in the Facebook post about voting for the new Senate seats in Georgia. 2 seats are up for election in the Senate. And I don't know if people know about like the different branches in the government, but with Obama, he didn't have as much power as he could have had because the Senate, who's in control and who's responsible for making laws, implementing them, they kept vetoing, they kept turning down all of his requests. So now that we may be in control of the Senate, Biden may not have that issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He may be given the power that I think, like, let's give him the full clean slate, not having, the Senate Republicans in control. Yeah. So that's why I think it's so important. Like, we have to finish this marathon. We're not finished, but I'm rejoicing along the way. So we have.
I'm gonna cheer on. I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna support. I'm gonna encourage. And again, I understand everybody that's saying, we celebrate and we do want to see change. I do as well. But in the meantime, I'm excited and I'm just happy that he's out and I can breathe a little more. That's it. For my nieces and nephews that's growing up, all these kids, I can breathe, and I'm sure their moms and their dads can breathe now. Anybody else before we get off? Do you want to call in? Let us know about.
Yeah, give us your opinion and let us know about I want to know about people who didn't vote or some other Trump supporters that are Black and that feel like he's done a lot for you and your family, aside from believing in his beliefs about like anti-abortion and stuff like that. Like, how has he helped you in your life? Like, let us know, because I don't, I feel like I haven't seen it. I just feel like it's more racism and they feeling more empowered.
Your mom says, I saw CNN with Van Jones. He made me cry because I felt the same way now. There is hope, no more fear from empowered racists hurting me, my children, loved ones, etc. Dito, Mom, I agree. I felt the same way. Yeah. Anybody else want to call in and tell us your opinion on our new elect president or our Vice President Harris? How do you feel? Did you vote, and why not? If you didn't, call in. Let's get one more call.
And it is good. Yeah, and it is good to know the people that did vote for Biden just to get Trump out. Even though you still don't trust him, I still want to hear from those people too, because a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people did too. I'm just voting because I don't want Trump back in. I ain't for Biden, but I'm a vote for him.
I'm voting for hope. He might do the catch-22 on us and be like, you know what, gotcha. But I want to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm always positive, like you too. I always try to look at the glass as half full instead of half empty. I want to see. There's a reason, and I want to see it. I want him to prove. And I think having Kamala Harris as his running mate as the vice president, that's his redemption. Definitely. Him trying. But we can also look at it on the flip side, like Leanne said, is he might be doing that to pander to Blacks. It could be either or.
Right.
But I want to see.
But we shall see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Come on, where's our brave souls out there? Let's get one more caller. The number is listed. Call in.
You know what it is? A lot of people watch us. If you look at the views, a lot of people watch us after we go off air. I don't know what they're doing on Sundays, what's going on, but as soon as we end, it'd be a lot of people. We get so many hits afterwards. But yeah, I do appreciate all of the
yes. We see you guys in our chat room and our Facebook Live and our YouTube. We see you. Thank you so much for joining us. We are definitely going to have our call-in number every Sunday, right? We're going to do the call-ins. You have your opinion, or you just want to chat with us. Even if you have some topics that you want us to talk about, list it so we can get some ideas of what you guys want to talk about. And we'll talk about them. You have anything else, E?
Well, we can end it at our final thoughts.
Our final thought. So I'll go first. Character matters, and this is what Van Jones said, and it's so true. Character, for me, I believe, if your character is right, you good. Character matters. Being a good person matters. The truth matters. Good will always prevail. And I'm gonna leave it right there. And for Harris, our vice president, dreams come true. We made history. And I want you guys not to take that lightly. That's big. That's a big deal. And I'm just grateful that we're alive to see that and experience that and feel that. And it gives me hope. It pushes me. It motivates me. And God has the last say. Joe Biden for president, Vice President Harris. Yes, sir.
And I feel like I'm just saying, like, let's be optimistic. Let's be hopeful. Let's applaud change when, you know, out with the old and with the new. And I just want to say, like, it's always, you know, we all reach our goals, but it's always continuing. Life continues. And we still can't give up. We still have to be optimistic about living our daily lives. You know, God forbid, I don't want to die tomorrow, so I have to plan for tomorrow. And doing that, sometimes it requires change and being hopeful and optimistic. And that's what I'm doing now. Like, I'm being optimistic with Biden and Harris. Like, I want to give them a chance. I don't want kids locked up in cages and separating them from their parents, having zero tolerance. You know what I'm saying? Kids shouldn't be locked up in jail.
Right.
Yes, the parents do, but not the kids. So I just want to see some changes, and I'm open-minded to see that. You know, hopefully Biden doesn't make me feel like regretful of my vote, but I'm willing to see. I'm willing to give it a chance, and I think that's what we all should do. We have no choice at this point. Trump is not getting in office. He's not even going to probably reach the Supreme Court to even get his cronies to vote. I mean, to decide in his case.
To decide, right.
So a part of that change is like Nipsey Hussle said, the marathon continues.
Super facts. The marathon continues. Second chances, guys. I believe in second chances. And because I know if it was me, I would want somebody to give me a second chance. So we're trusting him, and we'll see what happens. I'm there in my prayers. We got to remember to continue to pray for our leaders. That is so important. We can't imagine of the multiple things that they're going to be dealing with, especially Harris as a Black woman in office and a woman. Like, we have to continue to keep our leaders in prayer. Let's pray for one another so that we won't fall or we won't, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, guys. We love you. Thank you guys for joining us, for taking time out of your busy schedule on Sunday, joining Little O's, RE's, opinion. We appreciate you so much. We heart you guys. Love you, co-host.
Love you too, my good friend.
Later.